Don't react. Observe instead. One of the greatest weapons a manipulative or narcissistic person has is their ability to provoke you, to drag you into emotional chaos where they hold the advantage. The more you react, the more power you hand them. They thrive on your frustration, your explanations, and your emotional responses. But Stoic philosophy teaches a different way, a higher way. Observe instead of reacting. The Stoics believe that control over your emotions is control over your world. The moment you react without thought, you give your peace away. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Narcissists want you to forget this truth. They push your buttons, twist your words, and create chaos so that you lose your balance. But when you remain calm and simply observe, you disarm their power completely. Think of it like this. A narcissist wants a reaction the way fire wants oxygen. Every argument, every defensive explanation, every attempt to prove your worth, it all fuels their ego. They crave control, and your emotional reaction is proof they have it. But when you respond with silence, calmness, and steady observation, the fire suffocates. They can't manipulate what they can't move. Observation is not weakness, it is mastery. It allows you to see through their tactics clearly. The guilt-tripping, the emotional baiting, the subtle insults disguised as jokes. Instead of reacting, you analyze. You see patterns, not chaos. You see motives, not madness. In that quiet space of awareness, you shift from being controlled to being in control. When provoked, don't rush to defend or explain yourself. The Stoic approach is to pause, breathe, notice your thoughts. Ask yourself, what is truly happening here? Most provocations lose their power when you stop feeding them with attention. Narcissists hate silence because it removes their ability to dominate. Without reaction, they're left talking to their own echo, and they can't stand that. Remember, silence is not surrender. It's strength. It gives you time to think, to assess, and to choose your words, or to say nothing at all. Your stillness becomes their confusion. Your composure becomes their defeat. A Stoic doesn't play emotional games. They don't need to prove their value through arguments. They know that the calmest person in the room holds the most power. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, don't give them the satisfaction of reaction. Simply observe, quietly, wisely, and with self-control. The less you respond, the more they reveal themselves. Power doesn't belong to the loudest voice. It belongs to the calmest mind. Guard your inner peace. One of the most important lessons in dealing with manipulative or narcissistic people is understanding a simple Stoic truth. You cannot control the actions of others, but you can always control your own mind. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. This principle is the foundation of inner peace and the shield against emotional manipulation. When someone provokes or insults you, it is easy to take it personally. Our natural instinct is to react, to defend ourselves, justify our position, or retaliate. But in doing so, we hand them control over our emotional state. Narcissists and manipulators thrive on this. They feed on chaos, drama, and reaction. The moment you get upset or angry, you are no longer in control. They are. A Stoic, however, views such provocation differently. They recognize that insults, criticism, or manipulative tactics are external noise, meaningless unless allowed to penetrate the mind. Your inner peace is your sanctuary, a place that no one can invade unless you invite them in. By staying centered, calm, and composed, you deny them the satisfaction of influencing your emotions. Their chaos cannot touch a mind rooted in clarity and reason. Guarding your inner peace is not about ignoring reality or suppressing feelings. It is about mastering your responses. It is about observing the situation, understanding the motives behind the provocation, and choosing not to react impulsively. Every moment you maintain composure, you reinforce your mental strength. You reclaim your power by refusing to hand it over to someone else's manipulation. Over time, this practice transforms your life. You begin to see that most provocations are fleeting, empty, and unimportant. You no longer allow other people's toxicity to dictate your emotional state. Instead, your peace becomes a fortress, a quiet, dark, restless, lonely place. Unshakable strength that protects you from manipulation and empowers every decision you make. In short, guarding your inner peace is the Stoic's ultimate defense. The world may try to disrupt you, but when your mind is calm, clear, and in control, nothing outside can break you. Stay centered, absorb nothing unnecessary, and let your inner peace be untouchable. Use silence as strength. Many people mistakenly believe that silence is a sign of weakness. They think that to remain quiet is to give up, to surrender, or to be intimidated. But the Stoics saw it differently. Silence is a tool, a weapon, and a strategy. It is one of the most powerful ways to maintain control in the presence of manipulative or narcissistic individuals. A Stoic uses silence deliberately. Instead of reacting immediately to provocation, they pause, observe, and assess the situation. This quietness allows the mind to remain calm, see patterns clearly, and plan the next move with precision. Every word spoken without thought risks giving power to the manipulator. Every moment of silence, on the other hand, strengthens your position. Narcissists thrive on attention and reaction. They seek to dominate conversations, provoke anger, or elicit defensiveness. When met with silence, they are frustrated and unsettled because their ability to control the situation is diminished. Silence strips them of the drama they crave. It is a subtle but highly effective form of resistance. Using silence does not mean avoiding responsibility or truth. It means speaking only when it matters, when words can carry clarity, calmness, and authority. When a Stoic does choose to speak, their words are precise, deliberate, and unshaken. Each statement becomes impactful because it is intentional, not impulsive. In essence, silence is not emptiness, it is power. It signals confidence, self-mastery, and control. By embracing quietude, you disarm manipulation, protect your peace, and create space for reason and strategy to guide your actions. Speak less, observe me. Let silence be your strength, the unspoken force that commands respect and maintains your power. Set boundaries without emotion. One of the most important lessons in dealing with narcissists or manipulative people is understanding that you are not responsible for fixing them, changing them, or proving yourself to them. Your responsibility is simple. Protect your peace. The Stoics teach that boundaries are not just helpful. They are essential for maintaining clarity, calm, and self-mastery. A Stoic sets boundaries calmly and firmly. There is no need to argue, justify, or explain. When you respond emotionally, you hand over power and invite chaos into your life. But when you assert your limits with quiet confidence, your authority becomes clear. Your boundaries signal that your time, energy, and peace are valuable, and that they cannot be compromised. Indifference is a Stoic's most powerful tool. Narcissists thrive on reactions, drama, and attempts to manipulate. When that their attempts cannot disturb you, you remove their control. They may try to provoke, guilt, or belittle, but your composed detachment leaves them powerless. You are untouchable because your strength comes from within, not from the validation or manipulation of others. Setting boundaries also requires clarity. Know what is acceptable and what is not. Speak with brevity and confidence. No explanations needed. Actions often speak louder than words. Consistent enforcement of your limits will teach others how to treat you without conflict. In essence, boundaries are not about controlling others. They are about controlling yourself. By protecting your peace, remaining indifferent to provocation, and asserting limits without emotion, you master your environment and your mind. A Stoic does not react to manipulation. They prevent it by defining their space, their rules, and their calm. Win through self-mastery, not control. Narcissists and manipulators crave control. They want to dictate your emotions, provoke reactions, and dominate conversations. But a Stoic understands a fundamental truth. Real power doesn't come from controlling others. It comes from mastering yourself. Self-mastery begins with understanding your triggers. Notice what makes you angry, insecure, or defensive. The moment you recognize these patterns, you stop giving others the power to manipulate you. Praise, insults, or attempts to provoke lose their influence when your mind is steady and self-aware. The Stoic victory is silent. It does not come from proving someone wrong or winning an argument. It comes from remaining calm, composed, and unshaken no matter the chaos around you. By mastering your own mind, you become untouchable, immune to manipulation, drama, or ego games. When you no longer react impulsively, your actions and presence speak louder than words. You maintain your peace, protect your energy, and command respect effortlessly. The world may try to control you, but your inner mastery ensures that no one can disturb your calm, clarity, or sense of self.